Every morning at 7:30 a.m., Emma wiped the same counter, poured the same coffee, and waited for the same frail old woman who always sat by the window, rain or shine. What Emma didn't know was that her kindness was being watched, measured, and tested. And one day, when 4 black SUVs pulled up outside the diner and men in suits stepped out, her life would change forever. If you believe small acts of kindness can change lives, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Be Kind TV. Your support helps us keep spreading heart-touching stories like this one. Emma Turner was 26, working double shifts at Maggie's Diner on the corner of Willow Street. The walls were faded, the tiles cracked, but the smell of fresh coffee and pancakes made the place feel like home to anyone who walked in. For Emma, it wasn't just a job, it was survival. Her mother's medical bills were piling up, and every tip counted. She'd learned to smile through exhaustion, to hide pain behind politeness, and to make every customer feel seen. Then, one winter morning, she saw her for the first time. An old woman, frail as porcelain, wrapped in a faded blue shawl, her silver hair neatly tied back. She walked in quietly, her hands trembling as she held a wooden cane. She took a seat by the window, gazing out like someone lost in another time. Emma approached her gently. "Good morning, ma'am. What can I get for you today?" The woman smiled, a slow, warm smile that reached her eyes. "Just a coffee, dear, black, and maybe a slice of that pie you have there." From that morning onward, she came every single day. Always the same order, 1 coffee, 1 slice of apple pie. Always the same seat, and always with that same gentle smile that carried the weight of decades of untold stories. Emma started to look forward to her visits. She learned her name was Mrs. Eleanor Brooks. She was 84 and lived a few blocks away in an old Victorian house that looked abandoned from the outside. No family, no visitors, no phone, just her and her memories. Emma began to notice things. How Eleanor's hands shook more each day, how her steps grew slower, how her eyes clouded with pain she never complained about. One icy morning, Eleanor stumbled at the door. Emma rushed to her side, catching her before she fell. That moment changed everything. From then on, Emma started walking her home after her shift. She'd carry her groceries, help her up the stairs, fix her tea, and sometimes stay a while just to listen. Eleanor would tell stories about her youth, about dancing barefoot in summer rain, about a man she loved who went off to war and never came back. It wasn't pity that made Emma stay. It was connection. She saw in Eleanor the same loneliness she felt deep down. Weeks turned into months. The two became family. Emma even started leaving little notes on Eleanor's doorstep. "Have a beautiful morning, Mrs. B." And Eleanor in turn began knitting scarves for her. But one morning, Eleanor didn't come to the diner. Emma waited until closing time, worry twisting in her chest. Finally, she decided to walk to Eleanor's house. The porch light was off, the curtains drawn. Emma knocked, no answer. She turned the doorknob, heart pounding. Inside, she found Eleanor sitting in her armchair, eyes closed, pale as paper. For a second, Emma's breath caught, until she saw the rise and fall of her chest. She was breathing but weak. Emma called an ambulance, rode with her to the hospital, and stayed by her side through the night. The doctors said Eleanor was severely malnourished and dehydrated. If Emma hadn't come, she might not have made it another day. Emma cried quietly as she held Eleanor's frail hand. "You're not alone, okay? I'm here." Eleanor opened her eyes, whispering, "I never had a daughter, but if I did, I'd want her to be you." That night, Emma promised she'd never leave her alone again. She started visiting every day after work. She cleaned the house, brought groceries, paid small bills from her tips. The diner owner warned her she was working herself sick, but Emma didn't care. It wasn't about charity. It was about love. Then, one morning, everything changed. It was a sunny day, unusually bright for early spring. Emma was serving coffee when 4 black SUVs pulled up outside. The sound of car doors slamming echoed through the diner. Heads turned as 4 tall men in dark suits entered, followed by 2 women in pencil skirts carrying briefcases. The lead man approached the counter. "Are you Emma Turner?" Emma froze, coffee pot in hand. "Yes? Please come with us. Mrs. Eleanor Brooks has requested your presence." Confused, Emma followed them outside. Her coworkers exchanged wide-eyed looks. The men opened a car door for her, and before she knew it, she was being driven through the wealthiest part of town. an area she'd only ever seen in magazines. They stopped before a grand white mansion surrounded by iron gates and gardens that looked like something out of a dream. Inside, everything gleamed. Marble floors, chandeliers, the scent of lilies in the air. And there, sitting on a velvet chair by the fireplace, was Eleanor Brooks. But she wasn't the frail old woman Emma remembered. She was radiant, her hair brushed, her shawl replaced by a silk blouse. A doctor stood beside her. Emma blinked. "Mrs. B, what is this?" Eleanor smiled softly. "I owe you an explanation, my dear." The lawyer stepped forward. "Miss Turner," one of them began, "Mrs. Brooks is the founder and majority shareholder of Brooks Enterprises, a multinational company worth over $800 million. Emma's mouth fell open. "What? No, she lives in a little old house." Eleanor chuckled weakly. "That house was my choice. I wanted to disappear to see if the world had any kindness left in it. Everyone around me once cared for my money, not my soul. Until you." Emma's eyes filled with tears. Eleanor continued, "When you helped me, not knowing who I was, you showed me something I hadn't seen in decades. Compassion without agenda. And I decided that if I had anything left to give, I'd give it to someone who reminded me of who I once was. Selfless, kind, and good." The lawyer handed Emma a folder. "Mrs. Brooks has made changes to her will. You are now the beneficiary of her estate, including the house and controlling shares of her company." Emma stepped back, shaking her head. No, I can't accept this. I didn't do it for—" "I know," Eleanor interrupted gently. "That's why you must." Tears streamed down Emma's face. She knelt beside Eleanor's chair, holding her hand. "You saved me too, you know. You reminded me there's beauty in simple things. In people." Eleanor smiled faintly. "Then promise me one thing. Keep being kind. This world needs hearts like yours." Emma nodded, unable to speak. 2 weeks later, Eleanor passed away peacefully in her sleep. The day of the funeral, the diner closed early, and the entire town came to pay respects to the old woman they barely knew. Emma stood by her grave, clutching the blue shawl Eleanor had once worn. She didn't care about the inheritance or the fortune. What she cared about was honoring the woman who had changed her life by trusting her heart. Months later, Emma reopened Maggie's Diner. But this time, it was different. She renamed it Eleanor's Place, turning it into a community cafe where anyone in need could get a free meal, no questions asked. Every morning she'd pour a cup of coffee, place it by the window, and whisper, "Good morning, Mrs. B." And somehow in that quiet corner, she felt her presence, warm, gentle, eternal,